Is now the chairman of the House Committee on Homeland Security, Republican Congressman Michael McCaul of Texas. Good to have you on board. Just briefly, what have you heard about these plans?
Well, with respect to deportation, I know ICE has prioritized that to apply to criminal aliens, fugitives, and persons who re-enter the United States, which is a felony. I have not heard anything about a mass deportation of millions of people, so I'm not sure how accurate that reporting is. I think he's carrying out a campaign promise he made to get rid of criminal aliens out of the United States, and it's a public safety issue, and I think he's delivering.
Mr. Chairman, what's your reaction to the president's shift of positions on Russia, NATO, and last week Syria?
Well, I think it's been a very positive shift. We have a commander-in-chief that's not leading from behind, but now leading. I think this doctrine of strategic patience is now over, and overall it projects strength against our foreign adversaries. So this sort of unpredictable nature of President Trump actually can be one of his best assets because it puts our foreign adversaries on notice, ones like Iran, Russia, North Korea, China to some extent, and ISIS, he's not afraid to take action when necessary. And I think in this case particularly, the humanitarian crisis of killing civilians in a hospital was very much justified.
Chairman McCaul, it's Willie Geist. Good to see you this morning. Just to follow up on the point you made about the humanitarian crisis, the attack on a hospital with chemical weapons, where for you is the line, and we've asked this of many elected officials over the last week or so, where the United States should intervene? Obviously, the use of chemical weapons is banned. There are treaties, there are international laws against it. But isn't it just as big a humanitarian crisis when a hospital full of children and women is bombed with conventional weapons? Should the United States intervene in those cases?
Well, it was a violation of international law. Assad's been getting away with this for, the last 8 years. Red lines were crossed, no consequences to that action. I think the president showed decisive action here. And I think the broader question to your point is, what is our strategy in Syria? I've advocated that we cannot resolve this conflict, this civil war, as long as Assad remains in power. He's a magnet for the jihadists. He has created this civil war, which has also led to the formation of ISIS and the creation of this refugee crisis that we're seeing with millions of people fleeing out of Syria. So it's really the epicenter now of so many problems, and I don't think you can just ignore it. I think you have to come up with a strategy and a plan for Syria, and Congress has a role to play in that.
All right, Chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, Michael McCaul, thank you so much for being with us.